Hello, everyone. Dr. Battle here with Battle Words of the Week. I hope you all had a great weekend. I just want to tell you a quick story about me Friday night as I left the workplace and headed on home. So, as I was driving, something happened to my car, and it was busy time. Of course, everybody was getting off work, and my car just stopped on I 10. And I tried to start it again. It was reluctant. I tried again, and it ended up starting. And I thought, I'd better get off this highway as soon as possible before it just goes dead and I hold all these cars back. So fortunately, I was able to get off. And as soon as I turned right to get on the road, then my car completely stopped. I wasn't completely out of harm's way, but I was better than I was. So I called AAA, and they said it would be an hour and a half before anyone would be able to pick me up. I could have called my family. Unfortunately, my husband was not in town, but I called my oldest son just so he would know where I was at in case something went awry. And he asked if he should come pick me up. I said, no, I've got it. I got to stay with my vehicle. But you know what? A very nice gentleman tried to make a U-turn and actually was successful and parked in front. I was a little concerned about him because it wasn't safe for him to do that. But he checked on me to see if I was okay. And I was very grateful. And I gave him a little something for his trouble, and he went on about his way. So I sat a little bit longer and stood outside of my car to be sure that cars would see me. I didn't want to cause a car accident. I didn't want anyone to be hurt with my car being where it was at. So I waited patiently, and I just thought things could be very different right now. Fortunately, the driver came, and the tow truck gentleman was very nice. He had a whole bunch of dad jokes, some of which Mr. Danzy would enjoy and appreciate. Others aren't quite appropriate for us to talk about in schools. But nevertheless, he was a nice man. Nothing bad, but just adult dad jokes. So we drove along. I finally got to my destination safe and sound, and my youngest son picked me up from the car dealership. Why do I tell you this story? There were lots of twists and turns in my mind that I could have created, and some real things that could have happened. But I chose not to think that way. And that's what I want to share with each and every one of you. We do have a choice in how we think. You know, life wasn't intended to be a rose garden. And I think we all can attest to that, especially those of us that are a little more seasoned than the others. But we get a chance to live and learn. And in those challenging moments, we get to think through things. We have choices to think positively or negatively about things, and it takes good practice in order to do so. There are many things out of our control. So I'd like to leave you with these things. So when you're dealing with struggles and you have a choice in your thinking, one thing to do is identify what's going on. Check what you can control and recognize what you can't. Call to get help as needed. That is 100% okay. Number 2, reframe the situation. My situation could have been quite dire in my mind or for real, but reframe it to see, what can I learn from this? Can I be thankful for the circumstance that I'm in? Thirdly, practice gratitude. I was so thankful for 2 of the gentlemen that helped me. The tow truck driver actually told dad jokes because he wants his customers to be comfortable after they've had to wait for such a long period of time. Pretty cool. And then also, once you've determined what the situation is, then be thankful. You know, life is tough, life is hard, but you can choose to think differently. So I leave that with you all. My hope is those words are encouraging. It's a choice. It's a choice. It takes practice. So, you know what I'm going to say, but I'm not going to say it yet. I want you to finish strong. Be sure to take advantage of every minute of every day to learn something new. So give your all in all that you do. When you need your best, it'll be there for you. Have a great week.